My friend, the name that's been dominating conversations behind the scenes in this league has everything it takes to change, or complicate, the biggest deal the Eagles could make in the entire 2026 offseason. We're talking about a name nobody expected to see at the center of this negotiation, a receiver being placed on the table as part of a package that could involve more than $40 million in dead cap and the future of Jalen Hurts' offense. Howie Roseman is at the center of this story, and the decision he'll need to make over the next few weeks is one of the most complex he's ever faced. Stay with me right here because I'm going to break it all down for you right now. I'm going to explain who this name is that just emerged in these trade talks, why the Eagles are pushing back, and what June 1st means for the team's entire financial future. But before that, if you're a die-hard Eagles fan, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now because the news is moving fast and you cannot afford to miss a single update. Ring that bell too. So, my friend, let's get straight to the point. The rumor about A.J. Brown heading to the New England Patriots keeps gaining traction with every single day that passes. Multiple reports and chatter from inside the league continue connecting the Patriots to the Eagles' star wide receiver in a move that would undoubtedly be one of the biggest of the 2026 offseason. And at the center of that trade package, one name has started surfacing repeatedly: Kayshon Boutte, wide receiver for the New England Patriots. Boutte is coming off a 2025 season that was, honestly, the best of his career. He posted 33 receptions for 551 yards and 6 touchdowns, with an impressive average of 16.7 yards per catch. For a player who had been carrying the label of unfulfilled promise ever since he left LSU, that season was a statement that he still has something to offer. He emerged as one of New England's most reliable vertical threats, flashing the big play ability that once made him such a coveted prospect years ago. And that's exactly why his name keeps coming up in these conversations. Reports suggest New England would be open to moving Boutte independently, potentially seeking a day 3 pick if dealt on his own. But in the context of an A.J. Brown trade, he becomes a balancing piece in the package alongside premium draft capital, such as a future second-round pick, for example. But here's the thing, my friend. The Eagles don't seem very excited about the idea. And the fans and insiders from Philly aren't either. One observer summed up the general sentiment in a post that went viral in the last few hours. Why would the Eagles want a wide receiver who would, at best, be the 4th option on the depth chart? And that question is absolutely legitimate. Think about it with me. The Eagles' wide receiver room in 2026 is loaded. Devonta Smith remains one of the best slot options in the entire league. The team just drafted Mekhi Lemon with the 20th overall pick, a selection that cost a deal with the Cowboys and 2 4th-round picks. On top of that, the Eagles traded to bring in Dontavion Wicks, signed Marquise Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore. And that's all without counting A.J. Brown, who is still technically on the roster while this whole story plays out. If Boutte arrived in Philadelphia today, where exactly would he fit? He'd be the 5th, maybe the 6th receiver in order of importance. It wouldn't be surprising if he didn't even make the final roster. That's why the overwhelming majority of Eagles fans and insiders have made it clear. They would rather have a first-round pick in 2028 than a combination of a second-round pick in 2027 plus Kayshon Boutte. And that is a position that makes complete strategic sense. The issue here isn't whether Boutte is a bad player. He clearly has talent. The issue is about fit, need, and roster value. The Eagles don't need Boutte. They already have depth in the passing game. What they need, and what Howie Roseman has always known how to extract, is draft capital that can build the team around Jalen Hurts for the next several years. And that, my friend, is the true heart of this negotiation. It's not Kayshon Boutte. It's what comes along with him, or without him. Now let's talk about the single most important factor in this entire story, June 1st. That date is absolutely critical to understanding why an A.J. Brown trade hasn't been completed yet, and why it most likely won't happen before that deadline. If the Eagles trade Brown before June 1st, they absorb a dead cap hit of more than $40 million in 2026. $40 million, my friend. That would be catastrophic for the team's finances at this exact moment. Howie Roseman has been a wizard with cap space throughout his career, but absorbing that hit right now would completely block the Eagles' ability to make any moves in the market. Now, by waiting until after June 1st, the Eagles can split that hit across 2 years. That immediately frees up more than $20 million in cap space within the 2026 calendar. $20 million that can be used to strengthen other positions, re-sign players, or prepare for future moves. It's that financial flexibility that makes a deal with New England, or any other team, genuinely realistic. The Patriots, who are clearly in rebuilding mode after the post-Belichick era, would have the opportunity to add one of the best wide receivers in the NFL alongside their quarterback, while the Eagles would get the capital they need to keep building a championship-caliber team. But here's the detail that a lot of people still haven't fully processed. The Eagles are already operating as if A.J. Brown won't be part of the team's plans next season. Draft reports already made that crystal clear. When Philadelphia traded up to the 20th position and selected Mekhi Lemon, the message was implicit. The team is preparing for an offense without Brown in the central role he has occupied for years. So the question is no longer whether Brown will be traded. The question is, for how much, with whom, and when? And that's exactly where Kayshon Boutte enters as an interesting variable. Not as a centerpiece, but as a negotiating element. For New England, including Boutte in the package could be a way to offset a better or more immediate draft pick. For the Eagles, accepting or rejecting Boutte is a clear signal of their priorities. What the Eagles' position makes absolutely clear is that Roseman is keeping the standard high. He doesn't want to fill the roster with average players. He wants to maximize the return on a historic trade, making sure the Eagles receive enough capital to justify the departure of a player who was fundamental to the team's most recent Super Bowl run. And that, my friend, is exactly what you expect from a general manager of Howie Roseman's caliber. But let's be honest about what we still don't know. This report does not confirm that a trade has been agreed upon. There's no source saying the Patriots and Eagles have settled on a number. All we have is behind-the-scenes chatter, fan speculation, and a financial logic that pushes everything toward the post-June 1st window. The calendar is working as a silent referee here. What happens to the Eagles' cap space health if the deal doesn't come through? What happens if A.J. Brown somehow shows up at the Jefferson Health Training Complex for training camp? Those are questions that, for now, remain unanswered. But what we can say with confidence is that the most likely scenario, the most rational one from a financial and strategic standpoint, remains a trade after June 1st. And will Kayshon Boutte, or will he not be part of that deal? Based on the signals the Eagles organization is sending, probably not. And if he does come along, he'll have a serious uphill battle to earn his spot on one of the most talented wide receiver rooms in the entire NFL. With June 1st closing in, with a receiver room loaded with talent, and with Howie Roseman determined to maximize the return on a monumental trade, what do you think should be the Eagles' ideal strategy in this negotiation? Should they accept Boutte as part of the package to close the deal faster, or hold firm for a first-round pick and refuse any player as compensation? Drop your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later with the latest Eagles news.